Happy greetings, everyone. My name is Chef Crystal Forman. I'm the owner and educator of Holistic Wellness and Health. Holistic Wellness and Health makes healthy living easy, nutritious, delicious, and fun, with a focus on plant-based foods to help you live a healthier and more vibrant life. Today, for our Live at 5, we are making sautéed green tomatoes and a glazed Hakurei turnips. So here's our beautiful produce. The produce is coming from Moon Valley Farm. So these are beautiful green tomatoes. Nice and firm. And these are Hakurei turnips. So they're a Japanese turnip is a lot more tender than some of the other turnips that you might be familiar with. And we're going to cook the whole thing, the bulb as well as the leaves for this dish. So let's get started. So I'm going to start with our turnips. They take about 10 to 15 minutes to cook, depending on how tender they are. And I am going to use coconut oil. I'm using unrefined organic coconut oil. So the unrefined coconut oil actually has the scent of the coconut. If you don't want that coconut scent, you can just go in and use the refined coconut oil. That will work as well. Just let me make it a little hot. To that, I'm going to add 2.5 tablespoons of raw natural sugar. So this will be part of making our glaze. Of course, if you're new to watching this, everything's interactive, so you can feel free to ask questions as we're going along. And I will be, someone will tell me what you're asking. So while the sugar is getting a little more like melting in here and becoming a glaze, we're going to go in and cut up our Hakurei turnips. I'm just going to cut off this very little slice here. One of the things I love about Hakurei turnips is you don't have to peel them. The skin is nice and tender. We're just going to slice it. Because these are larger, I'm going to slice it in half, and then just make little slices here. A lot of times you'll see the Hakurei turnips at farmers markets. They're a little smaller. A lot of times farmers pick them. They're a little smaller in globe size. But these are great. They're still nice and tender even at this size. You can eat these raw. You can chop them up and put it right in your salad. The leaves as well. The leaves are not as bitter as other turnip greens, like the red turnips or the purple turnips that most of us are familiar with. I'm going to put the greens in a little later. Keep on slicing these. Does anyone have any questions? If you're watching this live, put in hashtag live. And if you're watching this on the replay, put in hashtag replay. Just let me know you're here. Say hello. So I will be at White Rock Community Farm tomorrow at 12 o'clock using their produce. And we'll be making green tomato stew. Green tomatoes are very plentiful right now. You'll see them at a lot of the farmers markets and in a lot of the farm boxes and CSA boxes. Cut this one as well.
For those who are just joining, what are you making again?
We're making sauteed green tomatoes and glazed Hakurei turnips. This is our Hakurei turnip right here. It's a nice tender turnip. Mixing this up.
Oh, Rosita says hello.
Hi, Cousin Rosita. So I'm using 3 like medium, large size turnips, but you could do a few bunches of the smaller turnips as well. Like I said, these turnips you do not have to peel. It's awesome. Our sugar is starting to melt. going to add our turnips in.
Oh, Cousin Rosita asks you to repeat the name of the turnip again.
Hakurei is Hakurei. And this is a nice, tender Japanese white turnip. That much. So far, I put in my coconut oil. I used unrefined organic coconut oil, which has the flavor of the coconut. And I've added 2.5 tablespoons of natural sugar. And I just added 3 medium-sized sliced Hakurei turnips. So I'm just gonna set a little toss in here. And just let them get nice and coated. Now I'm going to add just enough water to cover them. So let them kind of steam in here. Put that in as well. And I'm going to cover it. Let it cook for a little bit. I'm going to slide this to the back burner. Excellent. So we're going to start our green tomatoes. So we're doing sautéed green tomatoes. A lot of times when people do tomato recipes, the green tomato recipes, they do fried green tomatoes. We have a question?
Oh, Tashi says hi.
Hi, Tashi. So we have our beautiful green tomatoes from Lynn Valley Farm. They're firm. So green tomatoes don't have as much liquid or water in it as the red tomatoes. So it's going to be a little firmer. Let's put the ends here. So this we're doing the sautéed green tomatoes. Next one we're going to put, I'm using avocado oil today. Just put in the bottom of my pan, about a couple of tablespoons, depending on how large your frying pan is.
Avocado is considered a fruit too, right?
It is a fruit, yes.
So we've got two things that may be considered but to be vegetables by most people, but are actually fruits.
Yes, our tomatoes are fruit. And even our bell pepper is considered a fruit.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because it has seeds inside. So like our turnips and our scallions, those are vegetables. So if you can just come over and let them see. So I'm just dicing up our tomatoes here. Just chopping them. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can kind of see they're very firm. They're not as juicy as the red tomatoes. I'm doing 4 tomatoes today. These are like kind of small, medium sized.
Did all of your produce come from Moon Valley Farm?
So everything except the bell pepper.
Where is Moon Valley Farm located?
They are located in the Frederick area of Maryland. But they have a CSA that they deliver all over Baltimore and the like central Maryland area. So they have different areas where you can pick up.
This produce is beautiful.
It is beautiful. Very much so. So our turnips are starting to boil here. For our green tomatoes, I'm going to go on and switch to the front now.
Oh, nice. Tashi never knew you could saute green tomatoes.
Yeah, but there are a lot of different recipes. Usually when you see green tomatoes, it's been battered and like deep fried or pan fried. But yeah, this is a cool way to do it a little quicker. And so y'all know I like my easy, nutritious, delicious, and fun recipes. So this is one of those. So I'm going to put my tomatoes in.
And Cousin Rosita asks if you have any good suggestions for knives.
For knives. So I like this one. This is a Hampton knife. I got it from Sam's Club. Also got this one. This is just Members Mark because NSF, which is what a lot of chefs like to use. It's like certified for kitchens. And I also got this from Sam's. And this is super sharp. Like they're both very sharp knives. And they're not like super expensive. But there are other knives out there that are pretty good as well. I just can't think of any by name right now. I'm just chopping up my scallions, green onions, also known as spring onions.
About how much do those knives go for?
That's a good question.
Approximately.
So this is 2 in a pack. This one and a longer chef knife. That was, I want to think it's about $25, $30. I can't remember. And then this was a larger pack, and I think these were like closer to $7. Yeah. And they had like a paring knife, a couple of smaller knives as well.
Oh, those are really good knives.
I love, yeah, they're really good knives. They're worth it. Yeah. So I'm going to put in my 1 bunch of scallions, also named spring onions. Yeah. And I have my red bell pepper here. I'm going to dice this up. So our scallions here, you can save this and put it in water and more shoots will come up. Or you can, these are nice roots. You can actually put this directly into soil. It's getting cold outside now, but you can grow them inside if you want to in your soil.
Do you have to change the water frequently when you do that?
Yes, like every 3 days. It's pretty good to change the water. But once it starts getting a little cloudy, you want to kind of watch it, monitor it, make sure it's not getting cloudy. And if you put it in soil, you just have to water it every once in a while. Make sure the soil is not getting too dry. And a lot of people take the seeds out of their peppers. If you have a few seeds in there, that's fine. There's actually protein in these seeds.
Cousin Rosita said, did she say the second one was $7, I guess?
Oh, 7p.
Oh, okay, good.
But it was like a pack. It was this and like 4 other knives with this. And they're very sharp. Yeah.
So 70.
70. Yeah. I would love to get them for 17. That'd be awesome. And if you have a knife that's gotten dull, you can always sharpen them. So I have not had to sharpen these knives, but this one I've had for over a year, and I finally sharpened it recently, so I use it pretty often. Put that on in. I'm going to add my red bell peppers. You can use yellow or orange as well. Got different colors in our container here. A nice frying pan. So I'm just going to cook it until it's a little tender, about 5-10 minutes. Nice pretty colors here. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of my apple cider vinegar. The apple cider vinegar will make this easier to digest. And this is a lot of fiber in this meal. And adds a little flavor as well. You could use a different vinegar, so it doesn't have to be apple cider vinegar. It can be balsamic or even white vinegar. With white vinegar, I probably will only use 1 tablespoon instead of 2, but the flavor, the vinegar and like acidity will cook out. Like that. While those are cooking, I'm going to go on and take our beautiful Hakurei turnip greens here. These are not as bitter as what some people think of as turnip greens. They think of them as very bitter, but these are not quite as bitter as the red turnips or the purple turnip top, the bottom. So just let you all see the leaves a little better. And I am going to say keep the stems in this and stuffing it all up.
Do you see turnip greens at conventional grocery stores?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Not the hakurei, but usually it's either the red or purple turnip greens. A lot of people like to mix greens when they're cooking. So, like mixing collard greens and kale and turnip greens together. And actually have a recipe where I do that. Mix like 3 different greens together. Nice flavors. They're all very high in vitamin A and C. It's pretty much all of the greens and iron. They have a lot of the same nutrient values. Now the tomatoes, a lot of people make tomatoes for lycopene, but green tomatoes actually do not have a lot of lycopene in it. Lycopene is found in red tomatoes and it becomes more pronounced when you cook the tomato. But in this case, you're getting a lot of vitamins and nutrients, but you're not getting the lycopene. But there are other phytonutrients in the green tomatoes that are really, really good for us.
Focus on that a little bit.
Switch them. Can you understand what I'm saying, Tashi? I'm not sure what it said. I'm not sure if you're saying that you could taste it.
Yeah.
Y'all, can y'all hear me okay? So now everything's sizzling over here.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to
Really nice.
off.
These are the turnips.
So these are our hakurei turnips. So we're going to go on and add our greens to this, and this is going to start reducing. So I'm going to leave the top off the rest of the cooking time. And for both, I'm going to add my spices. So I'm adding pink Himalayan salt today for both dishes. A couple of pinches. And some fresh black pepper.
Tashi says she missed taste testing your food.
Oh, miss taste testing, yes. Yeah. I'll be at White Lock tomorrow, making, actually I'm doing a few different dishes. So they have Jerusalem artichokes. They just harvested today. So I'm going to saute the Jerusalem artichokes. They also have sweet potato greens, yes. So I'm going to cook up the sweet potato greens and do a green tomato stew. So that's what's on the menu for tomorrow over there. And then tomorrow evening, I'll be at Garrett Park with Filbert Street for it is National Hispanic Heritage Week. And so I'm doing, I will be making some jackfruit tacos. And that'll be at Garrett Park. Actually, the activities are from 3 to 5, but I start at 4.
And that's on Sunday?
Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow you're doing both. Okay.
Yeah.
So White Lock around noon. Yeah.
And Garrett Park for Filbert Street at 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Yes, tomorrow's a busy one. So I've used fresh ground black pepper for both of these. For those who are new to me, you know I like the pink Himalayan salt because it has 84 minerals in it, and it's been shown to not raise the blood pressure quite as fast as other salts. It doesn't raise it as high. So it's one of my favorite salts to use, and it has a really great flavor as well. So our greens are nice and bright green here. So we have a lot of the different colors. We're missing like blue purple color of the rainbow, but we have pretty much everything else. So for those who are joining in late, we have our sauteed green tomatoes. And in that we use avocado oil, green tomatoes, red bell pepper, spring onions, and apple cider vinegar, salt, and pepper. And for our glazed hakurei turnips, we use 3 medium-sized hakurei turnips, unrefined coconut oil, some sugar, and some salt and little pepper. Right, so this green tomatoes are pretty much done. I'm going to let the hakurei turnips reduce a little more so they get that nice glaze. and then it'll start to kind of caramelize and get a little brown as well. So just letting that cook down some more. You can serve this with rice. It'll go great with couscous as well as quinoa. Quinoa is really good with this, and that'll add more protein for people who work out a lot or just need the extra protein fill and for their stomach. I'm cooking this on high. Some turnips are still a little firm, so we're going to let that cook for about 10 more minutes. Does anyone have any questions about anything? Not right now. So make sure you check us out. We're usually live every Monday at 5 on location at the Plantation Park Heights. Yes.
Have you ever cooked daikon radish?
Yes. The daikon radishes get really, really, really long. They have a long, deep taproot. I actually haven't seen any of the farms grow daikon radishes in the past few years. So I should ask them. They would be ready right about now. So if I can get my hands on some, I will definitely do a demo with that because it's one that people are not familiar with. It's very nutritious, very high in a lot of minerals because it does go deep into the earth and kind of pull in a lot of minerals. A lot of farmers like to use it for new farms because it helps to create air pockets in the soil. But I have not done daikon in a while. You can roast them. You can kind of do a saute with them as well. They're not as tart or bitter as some of the other radishes, but they're really good. You can make matchsticks out of them and put them in your salads as well. Yeah, that's a good one. I haven't thought about daikon in a while. All right, so I'm gonna go on and sign off. So wanted to thank everyone for watching live. If you're watching the replay, make sure you put in hashtag replay. Let me know you were here and watching. We go live on Fridays, most Fridays live at 5 as well. I know I've been missing in action the past few weeks, and I've put in some links to some of the YouTube videos. So make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, and you can watch some cooking videos. We have our some gardening, and I'm actually about to do some fall container gardening videos soon, so you all can catch those, as well as some meditation videos. Thank you so much for watching. Peace, love, and blessings. Take care.